We are live. It is 2:04 Central Standard Time in the United States, 8:04 GMT in the United Kingdom. This is the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live this 30th day of November 2025. Man, we already almost to December. This year has gone by quick, fast, and in a hurry, as the gang, as the kids say. So anyway, we are hanging out. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We have maybe some phone stuff to talk about. I was looking at Steam earlier today, so we can talk about some of that. Phones that Joe was tested and tried, and I think he went on some kind of thing to Wembley. I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff going on today. We may not get it all in the hour, but we're going to try. Again, like I said, it's not like we write a script for any of this stuff. Yeah, I do, whatever. And we have a bunch of folks in the chat already, which is fantastic. I'm Michael. Hello, how you doing? Jimmy Fire Dragon, of course. Late, kind of late, always great. Actually, he was in earlier, but he kind of popped in. We were actually wondering if he was not going to make it today. So glad to see him. One of my favorite human beings, Steve Litchfield. I miss him. I miss seeing him on the phone show chat, but love seeing Joe and Ted on the phone show chat.
Crimbo special coming soon with Steve on.
And Steve still does the shorts on YouTube, which is nice. So I get to see, I still get my Steve Litchfield fix. It's not as much as I would like. I'm being a little kind of, it's a little greedy, but what are you going to do? Right. And Gargs is in the chat, Nick and Guido. All right, cool. So let's just get into it. Joe, what you have, right on camera before you showed me the thing we were going to talk about that just came in, you had another phone that you used on your trip. I want you to kind of talk about that if you could. Is that something you can talk about?
Well, it's under embargo, so I can't name the device. But
right.
I went to see Gladiators live today with the family, and we all had matching tees. Really, very sad.
That's cute. I like it. Well, what's even worse is I have a sweatshirts for the Boston Terriers. It's Boston Terrier Army of Doom, and then there's a matching adult, so you can actually. I guess it's worse if you match the outfit of your children. Is bad, but dogs is worse probably. So
I mean, luckily it's a black tee, so it's sort of. It looks smart enough.
A little collar shirt. Yeah, it's good. So how So how was that? I mean, that looks like a lot of fun. So what is that like the American Gladiators kind of thing?
No. It's a UK thing. So I watched the original when I was a kid. So there is a bit of nostalgia there for it, for me and for Lauren actually. But Saoirse really loves it. So we thought, let's go together. It cost a bomb. It was at Wembley Arena. Really, really great though. Really great day out. Great fun. So they have two contestants for the male and female side. And they do 4 different events on each one, which was really great to see live. Yeah.
So what kind of events?
So they have one called Duel, where you have like big sticks, like you whack each other with, but you're both on plimps for that one. And you've got one that's what else did they do?
They did. Well, I'm saying they had an American version of the exact same show. It was called American Gladiators. It looks like the same exact thing. They had one where there was a guy with a cannon that shoots tennis balls. And they were trying to navigate and had a little pistol and they had a rocket. And they
now I'm wondering if it was originally UK or not. Because I mean, the original one was a long time ago. Like I said, it was when I was a kid.
Chances are the American one is a copy of that for an American audience, kind of like The Office. I think the UK one's been around, but this is UK Gladiators. So it sounds like the same kind of thing. It's just
rebooted again. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I remember when I was a kid, we had so much fun with it. My buddy had like a backyard. It had a little kind of a deck, So what we did was we had like literally hundreds of tennis balls. But what we did was we set it up in his backyard where we put a trash can. We just nailed it to the thing like a target. And then some person was standing on the deck and trying to throw the balls. We had little stations set. We tried to replicate it. We had nothing, we weren't shooting anything with air compressed rifles or anything. We had the bow and arrow, but we had real arrows. We were going to shoot arrows at each other. That'd be fucking bad. But we tried to do it in the backyard, so it was kind of cool. That was a big thing when I was a kid. I used to love that show. We used to get up for it and watch that stuff, so I love that kind of thing.
There's a few good jokes they made sort of for the adults, because obviously there's a lot of kids there. But like, one of the guys said about how quick he is. He's you can do almost anything in 10 seconds. He said,
Right.
which was quite funny. And then there was another one, like Saber. She mentioned that she needs to look good for the dads.
Yeah, so they had like guys, and then of course they were all like on these leotards, and they had the ladies that were all. And I think one was actually called Saber. I think I can't remember. It was cool. I just remember. So it's not like the same show, just a UK version of that.
Yeah,
show.
it's the same. Cool. Yeah, it's
that's cool.
Really cool. Yeah, Saoirse enjoyed the first 2 seasons. She got a bit anxious once we got there, though. She went all quiet for a little while. But
is it just because of all the people and it just kind of overwhelms her?
Yeah. It's a lot of people about. But yeah, it was good. It's good. I bought a tiny little cappuccino for £4.30. Just everything's overpriced, as you know, when you go to these places. But
it's a sporting event. I mean, it's like $8 for a bottle of water. It's like okay, fine.
15 quid for a program, but it has to be done right. You have to get one.
So user Ed, who is my hockey team? They're having a bad year. Let's see. I'm not going to say. I'm going to see if you can know. If you know, you know. If you're an American, you can look at the logo. If you're British, you probably don't give a shit what my favorite hockey team is, but it's okay. So that's it. And then they won the Stanley Cup in 2019. So if you want to cheat, this is a good way to cheat. If you want to Google it, you don't know, you can just look up 2019 Stanley Cup champs, and you'll see it.
You'll know.
You'll know if you know, you know. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, family fun like that. And I was So the camping trip last Sunday was really good. Had a good time. Although 2 things broke again. I think every time we go on an RV or my caravan, it seems like 2 things break. And so, one thing kind of broke-ish, and we got it sorted out. The other one, it's still broken. So the thing I got was we got the canopy open, and when I try to close it, one of the shocks on the driver's side, it kind of started to bind up. So we had to kind of mess with it and manually close it and kind of goof it out. We finally got it closed. The other thing is there's a jack that actually lifts the front of it that pushes down. It's a little piston that goes down. Well, it'll go up. Like I can recoil it, but I couldn't. The switch broke on it. It won't go down. So I had to like manually crank it to get the thing hooked off and unhooked. So I bought one of those. So we're going to replace that. So it seems like the last 2 things we did on the last trip, 2 things broke. One thing broke and the other thing I damaged. So that was the 2 things. So on each side of the corners, there's little scissor jacks that stabilize it so that it doesn't rock back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. What happened was on the one side, it was really low and we had pieces of wood. So it was like a plank of wood and kind of like a square, flat plank of wood. And what happened was when I took off when the trailer got to the front, it basically the plank kind of snapped because of all the weight, and it basically bent the back stabilizer because when I was going forward, the stabilizer was recoiled, but it kind of bent it backwards, so it was crooked. The problem was they are kind of old, rusty, kind of a little bit. So if I tried to like push it back into place, it'd probably just snap the whole assembly would try to just break. So that was because of the wood plank we were using. It actually, when I was going forward, it kind of kicked up at the end and kind of pushed that stabilizer.
You have to get that replaced then, or?
So I did. Yeah, I replaced it. Yeah. They're not super expensive, about $40. And actually, the one I replaced it with, the material is a lot thicker. It's a lot more sturdy. Okay. The other 3 are still the same kind. They're kind of rusty. I was going to replace them all and fix them, but the other ones are in okay shape. They're not damaged, but I did buy the little. That thing's expensive. It's like $200 for the little jack stand for the front of the trailer to stabilize it, also to lift it. Actually, the funny thing is the crank works pretty good. You don't have to like crank it. It actually, when you crank it, it actually goes up and down pretty decently. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do because I'm going camping this weekend. This is the guys' trip, Monday through, I'll come back Thursday. That's our camping trip that I always go in the wintertime, where it's the first week of December. And that'll be it.
Guys, though, you said.
Yeah, just 3. Yeah, just me and my buddy Conway and my other buddy Chris. So we go, and this is just a 1 week during the week. We always go during the weekday, during the week, and it's off season. It's always like cold. This time it's going to be cold. It's going to snow the first day we get there, and then it'll be probably mid-20s, so right a little bit like a couple degrees minus Celsius for most of the days. That's good. We like it. It's an empty campsite. Plus,
your beer will stay cold.
be able to stay. It'll stay. Yeah, beer stay cold. You don't even need ice. You can just leave the cooler. No. Just leave it outside. The only problem is we did that one year and everything froze. You actually got cold too. Yeah. So you got to be careful. It's right at freezing. You're good, but if it's like it was like low 20s, I left the lid open and the 4 or 5 bottles that were in there of water just exploded. So anyway, it was pretty cool. Yeah, we had a good time. So that'll be the last trip, and then the caravan will probably sit until like March, and then Becky and I'll get back out there and start springing. So yeah, again, 2 things broke this time around too that I have to fix. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's fine.
Well, fingers crossed nothing breaks next time.
Well, I don't know. And again, the part of the reason why is because the caravan I bought is it's used, but it's actually in good shape. But these are just things that are, that just break after years and years and years. Things you have to fix. And if you have a caravan, even if you buy a new one, you're always going to have something you either want to add to, buy, replace, fix. Yeah, it's kind of
just life.
It's just the life of being in an RV or caravan. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway, so what else you got going on?
Well, I haven't tested them out yet, but I've been sent a couple of new devices. One from Ted, the TCL 50 Pro next paper, and like without even turning it on, you can see the screen is like very different.
Matte, frosted matte kind of color. Okay,
so that's gonna be exciting to test out. Because I've always wanted to try any of the next paper products, to be honest, because they're quite exciting. And this one's just arrived from Jim Fowl, one of the guys from the PSE community, and it's the Titan 2. I'll open it live on air, should I?
Yeah, give it a shot. Let's go ahead and
get Stanley out.
I wish. Let me see. I'm gonna figure this out. One of these days, I'm gonna figure this out. No, not me. Him. How do I do you?
I don't know, mate.
I have no idea. Trying to get it. I have no idea.
Make sure I don't.
Sorry if I'm goofing around here, is because I have no idea. I've never really tried to.
You don't know what you're doing.
Well, I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. Nope. I want to just isolate you. Oh, here we go. There we go.
I'm doing a really bad job of this myself.
There we go. So now it's all you. Me. Yeah, it's just you. That's what I was trying to.
Don't match the project with Joe. Right. Oh, Jim's packed this really well. Oh, here we are. Here it is. Oh, wow. It's even left a little plastic on the front. Look. The Titan 2 by Unihertz.
There you go.
Is that?
I've seen pictures of it. I'm curious how it is in real life, how utterly chunky monkey it is. Because
it's got a satisfying, like, as you open the box, that it just slides.
Yeah, my when I bought the Duo, it did the same thing. It had the little, you had to kind of like give it a little air, and it kind of real slowly kind of separated from the box.
I like that. Oh, so there's a little case in there.
Yeah, it's is it clear? I'm assuming it's a clear condom kind of TPU.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's all dark. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's like it's plasticky, but it looks like leather.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says Unihertz. Okay, yeah.
And that gives away that there's a little
winder. Little winder. Okay.
Here we go. Here's the Titan itself. Oh, there's a plug in the box. Wow.
There you go.
That's well done.
Charger in the box. Ooh, that's some ASMR for you, folks. There you go. You don't get that everywhere.
Yeah, it definitely is a chunky boy, but it's beautiful. I can't wait to test this out.
Okay. Oh yeah, I don't. Now I know what Ted was talking about. That shift is in the top left. God, I don't like that. That's going to take some getting used to.
Yeah. Is that an AR blaster? An AR blaster at the top there as well.
Oh, wow. An IR blaster. There you go. No headphone jack. But on the original Titan, it did have a headphone jack, right? This one.
Good travel on the keys, look.
Yeah, they clicky.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder, does somebody had said there was a dongle. Did they have a 3.5 mil dongle in the box? I thought that somebody said that was in the box.
Yeah. So not only do you get the cable and plug, you also get C to.
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. Yeah, well, you might as well. I mean, how much does that probably cost them? It costs what, like $5 maybe?
Yeah,
$10.
Exactly.
If
only other companies would do the same.
All I know is I probably, with the way that's it's plastic right on the outside and it's that thick. I'd probably, maybe if you drop it and you hit the back metal frame, okay. With
metal
plastic.
frame.
Okay. But I would think that the only thing that would probably obviously crack if you drop it, if you drop on the back, that back screen would shatter. But
Yeah.
the phone itself, I probably wouldn't put a case on. I'd probably just rock it as is.
I'll probably use the case purely because it's Jim's and not mine.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's yours, I mean, you want to take care of it because I'm assuming he's going to want it back. But
yeah, and
I did find out that Unihertz finally did get AT&T certification, so it should work on AT&T.
Oh, capacitive fingerprint scanner as well. Look,
that's nice. Like that.
Yeah. Can you come back now, Sam?
I can come back now. There we go.
That's better. I didn't like being alone.
Yeah. What's that? What's across the rest of the top of the keyboard? Oh yeah, the other buttons. Looks like there's a shift, and there was some other buttons there. What I wonder, do they look obvious? They are, or I don't know. Symbol. There's a symbol button. Okay.
Yeah.
A shift, a symbol. What else do they got?
A back button. Well, I think it's probably a back. Yeah, I'll show you.
I
think that's probably
a function and a function button and an alternate button. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't like the shift up there. I mean, if the shift was down low or closer to the space, I'm just so used to obviously my key 2 or key 1.
It's a two-hand job. It's definitely a two-hand job.
The shift, I like where the shift is on a BlackBerry. See, it's right in that bottom next to the symbol.
Yeah.
It's just right here.
Yeah.
That's that I kind of like having the shift down low. Actually, it's on both sides. Actually, on this phone, on the key 1. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like the red accents on the keys.
Yeah, it's a sharp look.
I
like it, man. That looks cool. Again, boy, I'll tell you right now, that is a healthy device. As far as size wise, it's girthy.
Yeah,
it's girthy.
So if you put that with the TCL, you can see how thick it is in comparison.
Oh yeah, it's almost twice the size.
Yeah, but it's a unique device. I love like trying unique devices out. It's fun.
Oh yeah, agree. I agree with Steve. That should be all across the bottom. I do not like. But again, somebody had made the comment. I think it was on Tez or somebody else had said maybe because of keyboard like copyright, maybe they had to be careful about getting too close to the BBL or whoever handled BB. I don't know if it's whoever handled the BlackBerry license. Maybe they were kind of afraid of getting.
Well, they painted their keyboard BlackBerry. I don't think they have, would they?
No, like I said, I think it's the layout. They may have the layout kind of copyrighted a bit, and I guess maybe Unihertz just didn't want to mess with it, or maybe they just have a different take on the keyboard. Maybe they feel that some of those keys should be across the top. Personally, I think I agree with Steve. I think it should be across the bottom. But it might just be some muscle memory. It might be one of those things that you might get used to it if you use it enough.
It's strange at the top.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely to see how I feel about a square screen as well. That's different as well.
Well, I got used to it on my Blackberries. I had the key too, and it didn't bother me. Obviously, you're going to have probably probably some letterboxing and other kind of stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I might make some content with it as well. Be rude not to, wouldn't it?
I would think so.
Yeah, I would say so.
What's up? What's funny?
They got like a little thing on the front. It tells you where the receiver is, ambient light sensor, and proximity sensor. Oh
yeah, a lot of those things I see. That I think when I got the BlackBerry, it had little places where the buttons were when it had that little sleeve on it, that little frosted sleeve. It told you this is power, this is this is that kind of thing. Yeah, looks pretty good.
Just one speaker. I think it's just got one.
Oh yeah, I think it's just one speaker, bottom firing probably. Yeah. Well,
something chunky could have two, couldn't it? Come on.
And come on, it's 370 quid. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
what do these people expect? And it's like it's supposed to be. I mean, again, you're not paying even $400 for it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like people
backed it early, paid like 230 quid.
Yeah, I think the original Kickstarter, I think it was like $240.
Yeah,
yeah,
really good.
I mean, yeah, it's got as many speakers as the iPhone Air. One.
Yeah, boo.
I know, right?
One speaker Yeah, give us
Although,
two.
although I did agree with, I don't know if it was Ted that made the comment or your guest. I really don't. I think it was Ted. I don't really listen on the outward speaker that often. I mean, I do sometimes if I'm making a phone call,
That was my
maybe
guess.
a
Yeah, Jim said
speakerphone.
that.
But at the end of the day, it's like I really don't use it to listen to music or stuff like that because I want to keep it to myself. I either have Bluetooth earphones, or something like that. I mean, so for me, again, I used the original, the OG Duo, and that speaker was atrocious. One side really sucked. I mean, and I'd be able to use that if I'm watching a simple video, or whatever. If you're not listening to really high quality music, and why would you? Because you're going to be, listen, if you want to listen to anything that sounds good, even with stereo speakers, you would probably listen to headphones or 3.5 mil phones or something like that. So, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really bother me as much. Now, if that phone was considered like a proper flagship device and only had one speaker, yeah, I would probably be a little bit more irritated about it. I don't know if it probably doesn't have wireless charging, does it? I don't know if it does.
I don't think so. No, I wouldn't have thought so. Not for that.
It's funny for a phone that I'm really seriously considering maybe getting. I literally don't know much about the details of it. It's fine. Yeah, hey, whatever. It's all good. Yeah,
you want it for the nostalgia, don't you, of BlackBerry?
I like having. I like having. I mean, honestly, I would use my Key 1 if it's almost unusable just because the processor is so garbage, and it's just. But and the other thing is, it's also on. I think it's on Android 6, which isn't a bad deal in and of itself. The problem is banking apps. A couple of the apps I really use, like I guess I could use the web version. That I feel like I'm using a Windows phone again. But like some of the apps on this thing work okay, and they're decently up to date. But the problem is just the last time I tried to use it, I mean, it took some of it wouldn't even open, and when they did, it took like 10 seconds for the app to open, and it was so laggy. I mean, basically, using this would be like using a Windows phone again. Basically, it would just essentially be a basic communicator, that kind of thing. So this gives me a little bit more of a usable phone that has like a physical keyboard. I mean, it isn't a BlackBerry, but it gives me a little bit of that nostalgia. I still like having those kind of things. I still like having a physical keyboard because it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun personally. But yeah, I mean, if I could just get the phone to just respond. Oh, also the battery. It's like, I think it died in like 2 hours on me of not even really using it. I mean, it was pretty bad.
See, I do use, just talking about phone speakers quickly. I do use them quite a lot actually.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like when I'm getting ready to go out, or if no one else is in the room, I might just watch YouTube on my phone. So yeah, I do quite. Actually, my little speaker, I had a little bathroom speaker, Amazon Basic one.
Yeah.
And it's all of a sudden got all muffled, so I've started having to listen to things on my phone again in the bathroom. For the meantime, so yeah, I do use speakers quite a lot. And Steve's been spoilt by Pro Max speakers, though. They're one of the best, especially on the new one. Very, very good speakers.
Yeah, iPhone Air speaker. Well, here it's crazy just because of it. Yeah, I can't imagine that. I mean, even ones that Apple would make that would be considered more entry level or more affordable, like the iPhone Air. I guess more of a thinner, more stripped down. I mean, the fact that they don't. I guess their argument was either people wouldn't use it or they couldn't get it to work on a small thin form factor like that. I just don't know. I'm not really. Yeah, it's again for people who use their phone speakers a lot more often. That may be a problem. I mean, I guess in the Titan 2, if as long as it's loud enough and I can hear things, like if it's a my thing is if it's spoken word or if it's a podcast or an audio book,
fine for that. Yeah,
and no, it's fine. I think it's it's one can be loud enough and two, but I think for a lot of people who are listening to music, or something like maybe what Steve's doing is listening to music or that kind of thing, or I mean, it clearly might be a problem if it's not loud enough or it sounds tinny at like higher levels.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm just curious now. I think you have a problem here. You have way too many phones, and I don't think you have enough time.
Well, the Nothing Phone 3 is going to be going back soon. I've got to do my review on it. Although I feel like my content that does best for me is software based. Like when I do tips and tricks and like the what's new with Nothing OS 4, that video is doing quite well. Whereas anything I do camera based doesn't do well for me. I'll keep trying. I'll see how things go. But if that's what does well, that's what my content will become, I think.
I mean, yeah, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because I think that's one of the more underserved kind of genres, right? People get these phones and they, and some of them, especially if you have a Samsung device, there are so many settings and features you may not even know it has them. I don't know how many times I've watched a video, and I've had Samsung phones for a long time now. It isn't the only phone I've used, so I haven't gotten totally crazy with it. But just watching videos about how to use things and set this up and go here and go there. A lot of those, I think people would. I think that to me would be something that people would find not only informational but helpful. Like I think they would want to know, hey, how do I do a lot of these advanced settings or a lot of these features on my Android device? Especially on
one good thing about that content, it does have legs for longer. So,
because people, the other thing you may have to do is if they have a software update where either they remove a feature or move it from a menu or add features, you would have to come back and revisit, One UI or Oxygen OS or Hyper OS or whatever if they have a serious change of versions where some of that stuff either gets removed or gets added or moves, you have to come back and follow up, which just gives you another content point, right? You can get and show them, hey, by the way, it used to be here. Well, if you have this phone, you don't get it
moved here.
Right.
So you buy anything in Black Friday, Sam?
I did. Bought 3 things. Not because it was Black Friday, because we were on sale. I was off.
It was coincidence.
Half the day, and it was just coincidence. And I actually went to a Best Buy, but it was later in the day, and I forgot how completely insane it is. It's so I did get. I bought a new mouse. It's a Logitech, but it's the M550L, so it's a lot bigger. This is the one I had before, right? So this
I like the shape. I like the shape of that one you got.
The M220, and this is the new one I bought. So I guess like this, right? So what I like about this one is, first of all, it's a little larger, and this one is not bad. It did okay for like work and stuff, but if I was trying to game, it's a little too small.
Yeah.
The other thing I do like about this one is it's got the contouring here, so it's ribbed it's ribbed for my pleasure.
Yep.
And also, what I do like about this one is it's the L, so it's a bigger form factor. I also have to have the click. See, there's no clicks. It's very it's clickless, or it's silent clicks, because a lot of times I'm upstairs and if I'm playing a game or I'm doing something, the clicking used to drive Becky crazy on some of the other gaming mice I have. So Logitech seems to be and I don't know why more manufacturers. I guess they don't think about it because they figure if you're a gamer in your bedroom or whatever, who cares? The last thing they care about is if your mouse makes click noises. But for people like me who maybe share a space or whatever, I had to buy one that had that silent click, and also I just like the scroll wheel makes no noise. See, there's no. It's completely silent. That's what I like about these Logitech, and also this was $20. I mean, I like Logitech. Honestly,
they're good.
I think they're good. Now,
yeah,
I had a Hyper keyboard. It was a gaming keyboard, mechanical. It was a 65% keyboard, so I hated it. I could not type on it. Gaming sucked on it. It just drove me crazy.
Quite noisy as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was. But I mean, at night, I'm usually not playing. Usually, I have my hands on that WASD, so I'm just pushing them. I'm not like. But when I was working, I couldn't. And I have an MX Keys keyboard that's rechargeable. I took that to work. So now that I'm working more in the office, I felt that meant. So I bought this HyperX keyboard. The keyboard's great. Build quality's great. It's got all the LEDs. It's awesome. I've decided I needed a keyboard that had a number pad. And also it didn't have I
prefer a number pad, yeah.
And it also didn't have a proper F key row because it was all integrated, because it was basically, so I bought this one, and it's by I don't know, it's kind of It's glorious. It just says on the bottom, it says glorious. So it's
glorious.
It's a glorious keyboard. Yeah. And it's got a number pad, backlit. Yeah, you can change them. I mean, there's some stuff. This is the glorious, and it is the GMMK2. And it's also wired. I prefer wired keyboards at home.
Okay.
Wireless are nice. And again, the MX keys is great because what I liked about the MX key was it had 3 programmable buttons on it. I like this one better, although there's a couple of things about it that are a little weird. Like instead of the return or enter key, it says ascend. I really don't know why it says that. Yeah, it says literally. I'm not kidding you. Look, I mean, you won't be able. I don't know if you can see it because I'm gonna unplug it. Hold on a second. I gotta give it a little taught here. Look at the enter key. Oh, sorry. Oh, Copilot. I don't want to launch Copilot. That's not what I want to do. Okay. see right here.
Has it got a Copilot button as well? Then
I guess it hit something on here. See, it says ascend. Yeah. I don't know what that. And then also the escape key. It's a little branding, right? It's just a little. It's just a little color. It's just escape. It's not a big deal. I don't know. Other than that, but it's nice. It's heavy as hell. And so is the hyper. But I just realized, like, okay, I got to have a keyboard with a proper F key row and also with a proper number pad, especially at work when I'm doing work, because this wasn't just a gaming. Right? I actually type and stuff.
That's one thing I hate about my laptop, actually. It hasn't got a numpad. Yeah,
so I bought that, and that's the second thing I bought. The third thing I bought, which I'm going to have to install myself, I bought a new. Hold on a minute. You can get this off because this is I bought it. I decided to not buy it in the store. Of course, it's not going to come off. It basically is it's this
SSD,
a new hard drive, but it's 2 terabyte because the one on my Legion computer is only 500 gig, it's 256 gig, and I can't install World of Warcraft on it or anything like that. So, and I've noticed there's a serious difference in load and game times. I moved it to I have a 1 terabyte regular platter drive, and it's miserable. So I decided, you know what the hell? I bought a 2 terabyte. So this one I'm going to have to work with because I got to figure out how to get it installed. One, and the second thing is
part of the fun, right?
Yeah, and the other, installation is not the problem. I know how to do it on an SSD because I know how to do this on my desktop. The problem is I have my Windows partition on that. And I don't want to mess with that. It's a pain in the ass. And I know there's ways to do it. Back in the day, I used to just slave it to on the drive and then just copy it back over. And I guess, I don't know about Windows 11, but back in the day, you could just basically slave it to and just basically transfer everything. You can make the operating system change the boot and actually do a dual copy of Windows on a secondary partition or a secondary drive. And then you could boot into it and then change it out and then transfer it back in. I don't know how to do that on Windows 11, so I'm going to take a look at it and see when I come back. Maybe I just might have somebody else install it and just let them do it.
Sam, I've got no clue what you're talking about.
Well, that's okay. So, but anyway, so I bought this. Yeah, see, I got it off mostly. So yeah, so it's a 2 terabyte Samsung drive.
Nice.
Set it up 2.5 because I have to have I don't have the stick. Yeah, it's for my desktop. So I've been wanting to do this. I just haven't gotten around to it. And this wasn't cheap. It was like $180. So
that's good. But, for 2 terabytes.
Well, what'll be good is the fact that now there'll be the upgrade. And so I haven't gotten that just done. So yeah, I did buy some stuff. Apparently, all you can buy there is TVs. You know what they do at Best Buy? I don't know if they do this at electronic stores in the UK. It drives me crazy. There are TVs like everywhere. Like they have them sitting on the floor, just sitting there like everywhere. And they have and then what they did was to kind of make the queue a little bigger to everything else. On the queue they put TVs, like 2 TVs, and they use it as the queue divider to get. I was like, this is crazy. But they were like large TVs, small TVs, and every space they had like an aisle was just TVs shoved in these.
Do you know why though, Sam? Like this is the time of year they sell off the TVs before the new models come out next year, didn't they? So they're trying to shift them now.
Right.
What's left? Yeah. So they go
right.
TV
I mean,
mad.
but I just if you were looking for a TV. Holy crap. They were literally on the floor. I didn't even go back in the TV section, so I have no idea if they're still there. But there were literally hundreds of them, just all over the place, different sizes, Samsung, LG, TCL, all that shit. Sony, they were everywhere. Unfortunately, now I would buy a TV for my camper because the one that's in there on the RV, it isn't a smart TV, and it's got like this goofy old school interface. I want a smart TV, so I'm probably just going to replace that with like an LG or something. But it's only 19 inches because it's not very big.
Talking of TVs, Sam, if you buy a Fold 7 at the moment, you can claim the Samsung Frame TV.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I
thought one of them from Samsung, a 32-inch one.
Jesus, really?
That? Yeah.
That's crazy. Like I thought about getting one of those because I saw them years ago.
They're smart looking, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're great. I mean, we have one when I used to work at the country club I worked at. They had one in the far. They had TVs everywhere, but the far one in the actual dining room it could obviously turn into a TV, but it was essentially one of those the Samsung frames, and it was cool. Like they just had a painting in there, and honestly, when you look at it, unless you walk right up to it, you cannot tell that it is not just a framed. And if you even want to get crazier, you can actually put a frame around it, like an actual wooden frame, and make it. And honest to God, unless you walked right up to it, you could not tell that it wouldn't be an actual piece of artwork. It's pretty. I think it's pretty slick.
Good for a dining room or something like that,
or a study, or if you have a living room or places where people. Yeah, I think that was kind of cool. I think but they looked expensive as all hell, and I was like, but I mean, if you get a Fold and they give it to you. Hey, you know what? Free is free. It doesn't really matter how much the MSRP costs if they're just going to hand it to you. And 32 inches is a pretty good
flip. Fold or flip.
Yeah. Which is good because and 32 inches is nothing to sneeze at. That's a pretty decent size frame. If you ask me.
I bought one thing for myself Black Friday.
What'd you get?
It's an overhead rig type thing. So when I do unboxings and stuff, my camera will look right down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Big metal thing that goes, but it's still at the post office at the moment. I haven't picked it up yet.
Right.
With Gladiators today, obviously didn't get time. I was working yesterday as well, so is what it is. But yeah, looking forward to using that because what I've been doing is using a tripod and putting the head right down. It's just not the best, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll look more professional. Probably won't.
No, I mean, well, it definitely wouldn't hurt. I mean, I think that top down. If you look at anybody who's doing any kind of that kind of content, I think it's almost critical. You have to absolutely have that content,
especially as I say, I might be doing more tips and tricks types of videos. That's gonna come in handy, I think.
Right. Oh, for sure. So anyway. What about a Fire Stick? Yeah, I could, but this TV kind of sucks. It's one of those ones they put in campers. It's okay, but I mean, if I can get a small 19-inch TV that's a smart TV, then I have to stick a Fire Stick in it. I don't have to worry about it. I can just basically, I don't have to get a Chromecast or nothing. I have an LG. It's great. Although yesterday we were trying to use Paramount Plus. We were trying to watch a show. I was trying to watch Mobland. And I think the app on the TV, something was wrong with it because it kept crashing every 3 or 4 minutes. It just, but then when I did it on my tablet, it worked perfectly fine. So I thought it was maybe a network problem. I think it was just the app on the LG TV. I think it was just dog shit. It was not working right. And Mobland we were watching, which is a pretty good show. Obviously, I like Tom Hardy. I mean, hell, Tom Hardy could read a menu, and I'd probably watch that. Yeah, I love it. But
you seen Bronson?
Yeah. Yeah, and then Helen Mirren's in it. It's pretty good. Like, also, it's a Guy Ritchie thing. So of course they had the same guy. And I don't know where else he was in the movie from Snatch when he was in the thing talk about Bricktop, and he's Gary. He's like, yeah, kissing my ass, Gary. He's like, no, he calls him Mr. Whatever, his actual name. It's that same guy from the boxing ring before they basically put the bag over that dude's head. It's the one guy. I recognize the same guy. Also, it's got the other gentleman, I can't think of his name. So it had some Guy Ritchie folks in there. You could kind of tell it was a Guy Ritchie, and also the way it's set up, you can clearly tell from the directorial and the way it's set up. It's pretty good. Although me and Becky were laughing because everything that Tom Hardy would tell his content would be like right and yeah. He would say a statement.
Come on, do the accent you did before.
No, I'm not going to do the accent because they got a bunch of British people here and they're going to make fun of me. But I'd like to see them try to do a real proper Midwestern. Oh, yeah, you betcha. I'd like to see you guys try an American accent and not this bullshit where it's this generalized it's like the one that everybody else does. I'm talking like a regional Missouri or a Chicago, Chicago accent with the Polish and the beef juice. Like, I want to see you guys do that. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy. And I'm not even a professional dialect coach because I know that you have to do it. But it's not from this show. But I just remember what's the one Tom Hardy movie with his brother who's a schizophrenic and him? They're twins. I can't remember the name of that movie. I always see clips of it. where he's in the pub. And he's like, yo, brother's done a runner, right? And he's like, nah, he's just disappointed.
Oh, the Craig twins one.
Yeah, where he's a schizophrenic and the other guy's pretty calm. I guess his brother's like, and his brother's name is Reggie. Things, That's a great movie. Anyway, so he goes, oh, yo, brother's done a runner, right? And he's just like, no, he's just disappointed because you guys basically suck. And, he was looking for an actual shootout. And you guys came up here with a rolling pin. So he goes, and then he's like, well, Charlie's going to be, he goes, yeah, right. Well, you tell Charlie for me, right? Fuck Charlie, yeah. Fuck his fucking brother, right? And, fucked a lot of them, right? But he always says, yeah, and right. And Becky and I are going, I wonder if that's a regional thing, or is that like when people are more kind of like not high British, like very educated British, like, people just go, right, yeah. And it was just kind of funny because he kept saying it, even in the show, he was like, you're going to do this, right? Yeah, you're going to let me have the CCTV footage, yeah? And you're going to let me, like, he kept saying, and it was just kind of funny because Becky and I kind of picked up on it, and we were just kind of laughing about it because I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know.
People do sometimes put right and yeah.
It's just like but he's not asking but he's not asking a question. He's just saying, basically, you're going to give me the CCTV footage, yeah? And you're going to do this, right? Like, I can understand, right? I can understand.
He done the accent by accident.
Yeah. But what it's funny is
Nick's saying about he laughs when people do Australian accents.
It's funny. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
If I say some words, then I can do it. But if I try to say a sentence, it does not work. But if I say a word, right, I can kind of do it. But yeah, I mean, people make fun of me because I actually try. But a lot of and a lot of British people make fun of me.
Trying.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm not doing it out of being disrespectful to I actually think it's kind of great. Like I said, I think a Scouse accent's great. I listen to that comedian who does the Scouse. I think that guy's fantastic. He makes fun. And
he's not proper heavy Scouse though. Like the heavier ones, they're hard to understand.
Right. It's almost like Cockney. It's just like, it's
on the
really
Australian
kind of
thing, right? When I was in Seattle, went in Starbucks and the lady goes, "Are you Australian?"
Americans are kind of dumb. They don't really understand. And also, too, to be honest with you, Americans can conceptualize that, if there's different accents in the United States, because the United States is such a big country, it kind of makes sense in their head, right? If you're in the South or if you're in Chicago, right? If you're in St. Louis, you say far, right? And they think, well, UK is so small, right? I understand if you're in Wales or if you're in Ireland. Well, first of all, they have no idea that there are 4 countries inside the UK. Like, they don't understand. That's like, wait a minute, it's not just one country. England, right? No, there's a couple other. You got Wales, you got Scotland, you got Northern Ireland. You got some other shit going on, right? But even because everybody is so physically close, they think that when they hear a British accent, they all just sound the same or they're fairly similar. And what I've now actually, after hanging out with a lot of you guys and Matt and you and all the other people who are, I actually think it's kind of worse in the UK than it is in the United States, because most people in the South, like, they all sound like this. How you doing, sugar? I love your face. They have a little, even in Missouri, if you go farther enough south, you'll start hearing kind of a Southern draw. It sounds fairly similar. But you go in the Midwest, we don't sound. I don't think I have an accent because I can't hear it. But like if you go to Chicago, they have like, oh, Chicago, yeah, Italian beef juice, right? It's a little bit more of a Chicago. I can hear people who are from Chicago. I know they're from Chicago. Like, I can hear it in their voice.
Like Lenny from New York as well. You can
right. Well, yeah, New Yorker or whatever. Yeah, fuck your fucking life, bing bong, right? I get it, right? But in the UK, because it's smaller, people don't think there's that much variance, and there's a lot more variance.
Yeah,
in the UK, and you go like. Well, the funny thing is what was Matt talking about? I can't remember it now. Where he said that, like, if you go to Kansas City, like that Kansas City is in Missouri. It's 4 hours across the other side of Missouri. Missouri is one state in the middle of the country. Kansas City, everybody probably knows more about Kansas City than St. Louis, but they're about 4 hours away, opposite sides of the state. If I went to Kansas City and asked for anything, people would know what I'm talking about. He says that there are places that he's gone where he'll ask for a food item or something, and because they use so much slang, I think it was the barm cake or something like that. He was talking about something where he went like 30 miles away, and they tried to say it, and the guy looked at him like, I don't know what you're asking for. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not that far away. They had a completely different term for it. So he had no idea what they're doing. So I think in the UK it's a lot more. I think the slang is a lot more varied, and I think the accents are way more varied for a smaller space. I think it's
even if things are called the same thing, so like a scone or a scone,
right,
like,
right. But if I said scone, you would know what I was talking about. He said there was,
of course I would know.
he would,
But yeah,
he
he's
was
talking about something different. Yeah,
right, like a barm. It's like a barm cake or a BAP. Yeah, I mean, it's like imagine going to another city in St. Louis and I asked for like in the United States, in here we call it soda, but a lot of place in Chicago we call it pop, right? It's pop, yeah, the soda, right? Or if you go to Atlanta, if you ask for a Coke, that means any soda. You want a Coke, sweetheart? And like, no, I don't want Pepsi. No, I wasn't asking that. I'm saying, do you want a soft drink like soda pop? Like they call it Coke because Coke's headquarters is Atlanta, and you can't buy a Coke you can't buy Pepsi anywhere in the restaurants or stuff. But they just call it a Coke. They just meant a soda, soft drink, carbonated beverage.
That is strange. That one.
They just call it a Coke. Would you want a Coke? And then even though it might be a Dr. Pepper, or it might be what a local small soda, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think the UK is a lot more. There are a lot more accents that I've been able to pick up on. Like I can kind of start to now. I don't know. I may not know where they're from, but I can definitely hear the difference. The differences. I don't know if that's Manchester or Liverpudlian, or if you're from the Midlands, or if you're from, I can't tell that much. Like I can tell Scouse. Scouse, I can tell.
You'll know a Birmingham accent if you heard
Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham. Yeah, like I said. So some of them I kind of know, but then some of them I can tell the difference, but I don't know if that's Yorkshire or if that's Manchester or if that's whatever. It's hard for an American to understand that because they think the UK is so small that they all sound the same. And I'm like, actually, it's worse in the UK. I think they all sound way much more different actually than all of them. So kind of wild. I don't know. So we'll see.
Well, Game of Thrones kind of introduced that a little bit with the North and South.
Right.
They had the accents in that, didn't they?
Right, and they kind of, understand that the not only just accents, but also just culturally, right? Just kind of differences that, obviously you would make sense because if you're in a place where it's like snow all the time, like it's cold, or, as opposed to like cliffs of Dover, it's probably definitely a different kind of weather in Dover than it is probably in, Northern Ireland or, the Isle of Man or wherever it's going on. It's just, I guess the thing with the Americans is it's just the UK has got so much going on and it's more complicated than it just seems to be. And so we just go England, and then they go, not really. Right. So it wouldn't be surprised that somebody in some Starbucks would go, oh my God, are you from like Australia and something? It's so cool. I went there once. It was so neat. People Aussies are super. Some shit like that.
I saw a really cool little reel, right, Sam? There was these houses that on the border of Belgium and Netherlands, and there was one house that actually had an address for both countries.
Oh shit!
So it's like number 1, whatever in Belgium, but number 22 in the Netherlands. It was really strange. They had 2 different addresses.
Do I like Southern food? I'm assuming what he means by Southern food is like, I guess does that mean like spicy food, Cajun food, grits, stuff? Here's the thing: when it comes to food, I'll pretty much eat everything. Like there's not a cuisine that
same. Yeah.
Greek, Thai, Asian, Ethiopian food, Greek food, Italian, French, whatever, you name it, I'm in. Chinese food, Japanese food, Korean stuff, I'm all in. The only thing is some of the Asian dishes that are like real super like fish heavy, like either nuk mam, it's like fish sauce, Vietnamese
also
food.
fermented things. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah, it's not only the texture, but some of the taste and the flavors are so intense. It's just like overloads my palate. Like I can't handle it.
The fermented egg and that's got like a chicken in it still. What's that called?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Then some things get a little bit too intense for me. And I had a buddy who was Vietnamese, and his family always used to make food, and they have this fish sauce, like I think it's called nuk mam, and they put it in almost everything, and it's a very distinct taste and flavor. And I just can't get there. It's not. Again, I'll eat it if I'm in a place. I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be terrible about it, but But other than that, like Greek food, Ethiopian food stuff, I've had. A lot of Indian dishes and Middle Eastern food, especially. Oh, dude, love all that stuff, man. Even Russian food, like I've had borscht and other kind of thing, and Eastern European dishes and stuff, and it's just a lot of stuff's amazing. I'm into all of it. It's vegetable based or broth or some, I've never had a lot of South American food. Like I've never had Brazilian food personally or anything, so I don't know. But it's probably pretty good. Cuisine wise, I'm an open book. Puerto Rican food, don't even get me started. Mofongo and fucking all that shit, dude. If I moved to I would actually move to Puerto Rico, like just for the food alone, the weather, and I love Puerto Rico. I went and visited for only about 4 days. I love that. I love Puerto Rico. It's fantastic. Puerto Rican food's amazing.
Good rum as well.
You can, and they also have coquito, which is like kind of think of eggnog, but it's coconut based with like milk and stuff. And you put a little alcohol in it, dude. Fucking change your life, man. What's cool about Puerto Rico though is they have these little on the roadways. They have these little things like they're like kickoff, almost like a little on the motorway. They have like a little kickoff where they have little shops like a strip mall kind of thing. Okay. They call them kioscos. And I asked the lady on the resort, I was like, "Look, man, I want to go into town, but I want like place that Puerto Ricans go, like not where the tourists go. I want to know where do you guys go to eat when you go out with you don't want to eat at home?" And they said, "Oh, down the road there a little bit, about 7 miles, there's a little thing called kioscos. Go check it out." And they had like mofongo and the plantains and shit, fucking dude. I'm all in. It's great. Love that stuff. I love it. It's good. Food, especially food. I also like a proper British English breakfast. Love that shit too, man.
We could easily be the Nomad Food Project.
We could be. So the only other thing I want to finish up, right? I want to finish up, and I want to try to get out of here right at 3 today. So I noticed I went to Steam because I had a couple games on Steam. I was looking for something else, like a space to play. Do you know how many games there are? Not just on Steam, but just in general. Have you ever just looked at Steam and just go to any genre? Go to space, go to RPG, go to action, simulate, whatever. There are thousands of games. Some of them I've heard of, like I've heard of, maybe played a bit. And again, obviously they got games that are 10 years old, but I mean, just the sheer fact of how many games there are, it's crazy, dude. And also I found a game. It's I can't remember the name of it. It's called I just downloaded and played. It's called Planet Crafter. I had a blast with it, man. But it's just like if you go to their store on Steam and just grab a category. Like I just clicked on space, and then you look on the side and they have all these like different, you can kind of thin them out and you can kind of, but just like hundreds and hundreds of games, just action, like on the top level genre on their space. If you go to simulation, there's like 2,300 games under just simulation. And then there's got like stuff I've never even heard of. I'm like, holy crap. So the sheer amount of games there are to play is stunning to me. I mean, it's like
Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah, Euro Trucker. That's crazy, right? And so I found the game. So, but you got space engineers and all. But I've been trying to.
Sam, here's the one for you. Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Yeah. RV there yet?
Okay, yeah, I can check that out.
I don't know what that's all about, but
I have no idea. Yeah, RV there yet? Yeah, it's only $8, and it's very positive review. I like it too. You get. Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Set up camp, light a campfire. Okay. Oh, you got to draw. Oh wow. This is way. I'm watching a little video real quick. It's way too realistic.
Yeah,
and they're trying to like drive over. Oh my god,
like a cigarette coming out his mouth.
Yeah. I got a winch. How to repair stuff, dude. This is crazy. Like how do I guess they got it down stuck and they're having to winch it out of a ditch, and how to lift it up and change the tires. It's crazy. RV there yet?
It's a great name.
Yeah, it's $7. Dude, this is terrible. I'm gonna lose my life. But yeah, I mean, I just happen to go there and just like look at games and just go, hey, what categories of games, and just go like open world or golf. And it's just like there are so many games. It is stunning to me. Euro Truck Simulator. Sure, I don't know. So anyway, I just downloaded because it was it's just a demo. And I like games like that. So I like games like Astroneer and those kind of getting on a planet and trying to get some stuff and build some things and kind of do all that. But just like holy crap, there is so much. And plus on Steam, remember, they have games like for 8 and 10. I mean, some games from 2008, 2010, 2011, 2014, right? So they have all those games too. So even games back in the day, like that, like, oh, I remember playing this back because one of my favorite games I used to play was that Anno 1602, the kind of like Age of Empires kind of game. That game was, and they had the whole series of like, I guess they had 5 or 6 versions of it. I think it was like $9 or $10. And it's just like, holy crap. They
have sales on as well because they've got Black Friday at the moment on there.
Yeah.
Even.
And I mean, I had like Civilization 5. I actually bought the game.
Oh, Civ 5 was good.
Civ 5 is good. And I actually haven't installed it, but I have it in my, I have 7 games on my library. Marbles on Steam. That was I was playing with, I think it was Roger and Jermaine had me download that. Yeah. And I was playing with them. Golf with your friends. That's another one that was pretty cool. So I know what caught me more is like just the sheer number of games. It's totally ridiculous. Like if you can't find a video game that hits a genre of game you want to play, you just ain't looking hard enough, apparently.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, Steve, I will see you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, tangents are a thing. Yeah, sorry. This is what happens when you have no script, and I just think about it and I rant a little bit. But hopefully it's enjoyable. And if it's not, maybe for that, like maybe 5 or 7 minutes, you might, maybe just like fast forward.
There was a tiny bit of tech in today's, just a little bit.
No, it was mostly tech except the food thing. I think that's important. Yeah, and so many food. And people ask me questions. Do I like Southern food? So I'm just responding to the questions. And then I don't know if they figured out who the hockey team was, but chances are it's from the city. Let's just put it this way: there's only one team I cheer for, I follow that isn't in St. Louis. And that's the Chicago Bears, who are actually really good this year. I don't know how that happened. They're 9-3. Like they're literally at this point, I think if they win next week, and I think if they win and the Packers lose or something like that, the Bears would have the overall number 1 seed in the entire conference, which is so completely, utterly mind-blowing to me. I can't even imagine. Like it's stupid. Trust me, I'm excited, but I also know it's the Bears. So, but I'm very happy. So my team is actually pretty good this year. I think I got a new coach and a new mindset, and they're playing pretty well, which is good. So yeah, but everything else is from the city. I'm a fan of the sports in my city. So
you have to add me on Steam.
Yeah, send me over your creds and I'll add you. So I just happened to go on Steam and saw how crazy it was. So that's where it was. Anyway, so check it out. So also remember, new phone show chat came out. I think it's the 24th. I'm pretty sure it was the day, or 25th. Something like that. So that was last week. So go check that out. I downloaded and listened to it. Ted, of course, gave us a shout out at the end. Also, we will take credit for the fact that the first time he was ever on camera was on our show. That's right. We said that.
I think he was on camera with Steve.
I think he was on with Steve, but the actual outside of the phone show chat, he was a guest on a show. He was on our camera, which is great. He's fantastic. And again, and so check that out. They having some guests. I guess they have guests all the way through probably February or so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a lot of guests on. We may not have a guest. I will be back next Sunday, and actually probably going forward, I should probably have most Sundays off because we're not doing any camping or anything. I'm not working on Sundays, so chances are we'll probably be here. We're not gonna miss a lot of shows. So, but check that out. Also check out the Tech Disruptors. We may actually jump over there. Yeah. I might jump over there and see how that goes. Joe, we were invited to go. We might jump over there. So we'll continue that conversation.
Always open invite for us, really, isn't
Always an open invite, and we never go because we go late. But I think we're going to try to get on there today. I think that's a good idea. So why don't you go and check that out? And again, remember, extremeskins.co.uk, get some skins. I'm telling you, man, this blue is such a good color. I really like the blue. I forgot what the name. I think it's matte. I think it's matte blue. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, they
check it out.
Colors matte, don't they?
Yeah, and remember, it's always buy one get from special deals. So check those out again. Extremeskins.co.uk.
Well, 50% still until the end of tonight.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to get a Black Friday deal, go in there and check one out. Maybe if you have another device that they have on there, maybe get a buy one get one, or get some free, some shipping. It's cool. So check those guys out. Again, Tech Disruptors, the phone show chat, any other podcast you listen to, download this later. Don't forget Screen On Time. Joe's got he did some Nomad. He did some, Nothing Phone. He's going to work on some other stuff, probably he's going to try to get back up there and try to get some content for it and get that channel kicked up and running.
Aiming for 500 subs. I'm on 470 now. Woo.
Yeah. So we get 500 subs. Hey man, you know how many subs I have on YouTube? Like 2. I think one's my daughter. So
anyway, sad if you said you got more than me.
No, I got like on my own personal YouTube. And So I mean, hey, 470. Hey, it's better than 105. You know, God love you. So, hey, keep it up. Enjoy that. And so go check out Joe Screen On Time YT. Check that out. Sub to it. Give him some watch time. Give him some thumbs up. Some comments will be great. Trying to drive some traffic. And Joe's going to try to make some content. Yeah. Hence, subscribers, right? We got to make some stuff. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to take off. And again, enjoy your tech. Have a good week. We will be back next Sunday. I don't really know if we're going to have a guest. We may have the captain on. We may see if somebody else is available. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. If not, we'll just be us. We'll talk about some stuff and probably keep it more tech related and not no tangential or ranty. I'll try to keep it to a minimum.
Probably, maybe. Who knows?
Probably not. I'm not going to promise anything. The plan is to try to be less tangential and a little less ranty. That may not work out too well, but we're going to give it a try.
We'll try.
Probably not going to work. Anyway, so for myself, for Joe Screen On Time, thanks you so much for downloading, listening, and participating in the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe. Next Sunday, 2 p.m., 8 p.m. probably, maybe 3, but maybe 2. We'll let you know, and enjoy your tech. Stay out of trouble. Work off all those calories if you're an American and you ate a lot this weekend. Get out there and get active. Burn off a couple of calories. Or if you had a couple of pints at the pub, how to stay healthy. Don't want to be active, be a good human, and also don't be a dick. Enjoy your tech. We will catch you next Sunday on the Nomad Tech Project. Take care. Love you guys. Bye, everybody.